Did that work? We might get Instagram right today. Yeah, yeah. It's like a little delayed though. Okay. Moz, can y'all confirm that I'm live on IG? What's up, Autumn? Hello.
Good evening.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
Hi. Why was she? Why was? Oh, come on, people. Y'all gotta stop calling in with all that damn noise. Ain't nobody trying to hear all that. And then she wondering why she can't hear me. Perhaps it's because you're laying under a active train. What's up, Diamond? I'm live on TikTok right now, Diamond. I'm just also live on IG. We're testing it out. So, all my people in IG, if you leave something in the chat, I can see it. You can drop your question in the chat. If you have a question pertaining to dating and relationships, I'll answer it. Again, TikTok. If you want to call in and have me solve your issue, button at the bottom of the screen with a blue and pink person, I'll bring you up. All right. Hello. People are ridiculous. But this is also not for matchmaking. We're not doing matchmaking here. Yeah, was she a construction worker? What's going on? Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good and you?
Good, good. What can I do for you?
Alright, so I have been married with my husband for 6 years and we're doing a distance relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but things are not moving as we like I wanted to. Most of the times we always argue, there's always a clash. Either I'm doing something wrong, like I'm always a problem.
Mm.
So I don't really know. Every time I'm always the problem. I have never complained about this man, but every time I'm the problem, every time I do something wrong, every time I'm not grateful, every time like I'm always the problem. So I don't really know what's going on.
Okay. How long y'all been together?
And sorry,
How long have y'all been together?
we've been married for I can say we were dating for 3 years, and we got married for 3 years. So we were in a relationship for 6 years.
Okay. And when you say you're always the problem, what do you mean? Like, what specifically is he claiming you to be the problem for?
He says I am not appreciative enough. He says like I'm always doing something wrong. I don't know, like when we're talking, and then I can mention like let me give an example. We can be talking, and then I okay. He says I'm self-centered. If I should put it this way, I'm self-centered. So I don't really know. But when I try to understand the situation, I don't see it as being self-centered. I see it as uh, I'm I'm trying to defend myself. But then to him, I am self-centered. So I don't really understand.
Okay. What conversation
Okay, so
led up to you being called self-centered?
all right, I'm gonna give an example. So there was one time we were talking and we have a child together. So I haven't really had the time to really fully enjoy my relationship. So I told him it's better we don't have another child. We can try to profit together. Given we're in a distant relationship, we barely see ourselves together. So when we will, because hopefully in 2 years we're gonna be together. So I was like, okay, in 2 years since we're gonna be together, let's try not to have a baby. Let's try to enjoy our time together and everything. He says I'm being self-centered. That why do I want to not have a child? Why am I limiting myself? That like,
Okay.
if he comes, he comes. If he doesn't come, doesn't come. But I should not limit myself. That's being self-centered. And I'm like,
Okay. So you say you're long distance. How long have y'all been long distance?
from the beginning, I
Okay.
mean, from the start of the relationship.
Okay. And how much
So
distance
that's
is?
6 years being in a
I
distant
got you.
relationship.
Okay. How much distance is between the two of you? Like, how far of a drive would it be?
It's really far. I'm in Asia and he's in America. I'm in China. He's in America.
Okay. How did y'all meet?
So he comes to China. At times I go to America.
How frequently do y'all see each other in person?
In a year we can see ourselves like 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. Every 6 months we see ourselves.
Okay. What made you decide to be with someone you can only see once every 6 months?
Sorry.
What made you decide to be with somebody in a relationship that you can only see for 6 months?
So we in a year we see ourselves for 6 months. The next year 6 months. The next year 6 months. That's how we have been doing the
No, I know that.
relationship.
I know that. But why did you sign up for that arrangement? Why did you decide to be with someone who you can only see once or twice per year?
When we started the relationship, it was just dating, and then with time we decided to get married. But we're from Africa, so each person decided to leave Africa and try to fend for themselves
Okay. Okay.
in different countries.
Gotcha.
That's how we.
I got you. Problem here is this isn't a real relationship or a real marriage. It is not natural for people to be that apart for that long.
So
So,
I don't really know. So, but then, like every time we meet, we can be happy for maybe the first 2 months. Next month it's just chaos. We're just angry. Everybody's just angry. There's always issues.
listen.
I'm always the
Okay.
problem.
Listen, love. You're not hearing me. I don't think you're hearing me. I need you to really hear me. You're focusing on a problem that's not the problem. Problem is you can
Alright.
only see your husband once or twice per year because you decided to be with some. Stop with the please. Just because you decided to
Sorry.
be with somebody who you can only see once or twice per year, that is not a real relationship. It's not real. That's why things are good when you see each other because you're not seeing each other frequently. This is a fake relationship. It's not real. You can't be with someone that you only see once or twice per year. That's not a real relationship.
Oh, so like I'm already married. So what do I do?
I would look for a divorce.
I have a child with this man.
Yeah, and that's per your decision. I get it, but you decided to be with someone you can only see once or twice per year. I don't know why we decided to do
But
that.
I said hopefully we we we're gonna be together. Hopefully, maybe like in 2 years.
Hopefully, what makes you hopeful that y'all will be together in 2 years?
Because we're trying to move back to Africa together. So in 2 years we're going back to Africa.
Okay, I mean you can try. You can try. It doesn't sound like that the plan is solidified. It sounds like it's just like wishful thinking. But yeah, moving no matter how this goes, moving forward, do not get in this type of long distance relationship. It is not a natural situation for people to be in, and it creates a whole host of problems. And you're with someone who's trying to get you pregnant so you can take care of the child 24/7.
So there's no, because okay, I can say this year we'll meet ourselves, and I just want us to be happy for the 6 months we'll have together. But I don't want problems like every day. I don't know what to do.
Okay, well, love, I can't help you because you signed up for. This is like the equivalent of somebody getting into a relationship with someone in prison and being and complaining about it. Like you decided to do it though. I'm confused. You could have been with someone who's
I
closer to
understand
you.
you,
You
but
could have been with
here,
you could have been with someone who's closer to
here in
you.
Africa, it's like it's normal for us to do that.
Yeah, but
I
that's
don't know.
what that y'all. I don't. Maybe I need to go over there and give y'all a stern talking to because this shit don't make no sense to me. I don't see how you can be with someone who you only see once or twice per year. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Especially like you're trying to start a family. There's no foundation, right? And if it's very normal in Africa, then I can see why y'all call into these lives all the time because y'all are in unnormal situations. It doesn't make any sense. So sorry that you're in this situation, but there is no solution to it because you're not in proximity to the person you're in a relationship with. Okay?
Okay.
But I do wish you the best, love. You take care.
Yeah. Thank you.
How normal is that in Africa, Ariana? And does anyone make it work? Like, and then he's calling her selfish because she wants to work on the relationship and he's trying to get her pregnant more times. Like, what are we talking about? That's a terrible connection. I think somebody left me a comment on IG. Hey, I had a 3 month situationship. I was getting serious, but she is avoiding basically. Since it wasn't serious yet, I got with the girl, and after our situationship ended, she monkey branched to another guy. Okay, David, you will have to actually ask a question. You just kind of made a statement. So I need you to formulate that as a question so I can actually give you an answer to it. Again, people on IG, if you're here, you can drop your question in the chat. If I don't have an active caller, I'll answer your question. But I'm on multiple platforms right now. I got Instagram going, YouTube going, TikTok going. So if I don't seem exclusively focused on you, that's why. Did you hear the grass? That shit was hilarious, right? She was appalled. And I was like, yeah, you probably should divorce, buddy. I can promise you he's extremely selfish. He's not trying to work on that relationship. He has some sort of vision of like maybe legacy. He wants to just reproduce. Great, but seeing each other every 6 months is ridiculous. For years? What are we talking about? You probably got an American family too. Possibly. Let's see if Rhonda connects. Okay. Rhonda, improve your connection. I'll bring you back up because it's loading too long for me. Zion, where you been at, man? Appreciate you, Abby. What's going on, Olivia? Again, people, if you have a question pertaining to dating and relationships, if you have a problem that you want solutions for, you can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the
Hello.
blue and pink person. I'll bring you up. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm fine.
What can I do for you?
Ra?
What can I do for you?
Huh? I just joined the live. I want to know what you do. It's dating and relationship question and answer. So I ask you.
There we go. So let's establish some rules. When you come up, know what your question is. There's no need for you to read the header when you come up here. Okay? You don't need to read the header. You should read the header before you come up. That's going to help this thing run very smoothly. So Faith Munchie, if you want to re-request and ask your question, that's fine. But let's try to really be locked in, okay? Time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. Zion, you ain't called in in a while. What's going on with you, brother? Actually, it's very common for distant relationships. 80% of them in Africa are long distance. Yeah, but Ariana, I'm not against long distance relationships, but once every 6 months seeing each other is quite ridiculous. That's not going to work out. He coming there for a honey bun. That wasn't my nephew, that was my son. My nephew's in the back. They got me on daddy and uncle duty during the summer. That was funny as hell. She was speed reading. I could feel her finger like running over the fucking screen too. We got to get the Wakandans on the right track. Right. Right. Facts. Long distance relationships are expensive. That's one reason I stopped them. Right. Normally, when I tell people with long distance relationships, it's normally a logistical issue. So there's a couple of things that make long distance relationship not work, right? The first one is what you pointed out to logistics. Like, do you have the financial cushion to sustain it? Because it will be expensive. Like when I did long distance before, that's a stack. That's a grand just to get there and get lodging, right? So it could be expensive. Two, can you see each other frequently enough, which is based on preference. Some people would like to see each other more frequently than others. Three, when you do enter into the relationship, you're on the clock. Meaning, I say within a year and a half, you have to have a plan as to how and when you're going to close the gap. Because if you don't close the gap in time, the way things naturally fall apart is someone just ends up meeting somebody who's closer. And then they automatically have an advantage because they're closer. You know? So if you can see each other frequently enough, you have the logistics in order, and you have a timeline as to how and when you're going to close the gap, it can work. Now, an additional problem, though, is, and this is something many people don't talk about, the subset of people who are more likely to do long distance are avoidantly attached. The distance serves the function of keeping them feeling as if they're not losing themselves in the connection. So a lot of people have experienced when the distance is in play, things work. But then when they close the gap or start talking about closing the gap, that avoidantly attached person does a 180, because now they don't feel safe in the connection anymore because pressure is being added to them to close the gap. If you're anxiously attached, I don't recommend you doing long distance at all. Absolutely not. It's going to be fighting an uphill battle. You're not wired for it unless you're dealing with someone who's secure. And we've already talked about how it is incredibly difficult to find someone who is secure in today's dating ecosystem. That's a rarity. That's right, Hannah. So take heed. Take heed. But Hannah, like I said, if the person is secure and willing to communicate, then it can work, even if you're anxiously attached. Let's bring Ronnie up real quick. Let's see if he has a question. Remember, people, if you want the best answer to your question, it's best to call in. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Okay, so my question is, my ex-boyfriend is now married to a girl that is actually like physically very ugly. But the surprise for me was that apparently their relationship, it goes from 2016, and then he dated me from 2022 till 2023. So I don't know, and now they are together. So I don't know what happened there. And he looked for me like a month ago.
Okay. What is your question to me, love?
Why is that? I mean, why he was looking for me? Should I contact her and let her know? Or what should I do?
What would be your reason for contacting her and letting her know?
Because, I mean, he's not being loyal, I guess.
Okay. And why do you care about that?
It will hurt her feelings, I guess.
Okay. So again, what is your goal that you're looking to obtain?
Nothing. He to stop being a dick, I guess.
Okay. All right. I mean, it sounds like you have negative feelings towards him and you're trying to do what you can to mess up what he has going on.
No, I mean, he was looking for me, trying to,
Yes.
do something with me.
Every action that we take, there's a goal attached to it. You go to McDonald's because you're hungry. Everything you do has a goal. You have a goal by calling into this live. So what is your goal when it comes to reaching out to your ex's current girlfriend?
To help her be aware what he's doing behind her back.
Okay. Why is
That's
that?
what I think.
Why do you want to help her?
Because it's unfair that he's looking for other girls while he's with her.
Okay. So normally someone who tries to help somebody, they don't also call them ugly.
Okay, well,
You don't sound
it's
like
a fact.
you don't sound like you have a good heart in this situation. So it sounds like you're trying to tear down what they have going on in an attempt to get revenge on this person. So I would recommend prayer and fasting. Take care. So what other callers do we have? And luckily was a stretch too, because what I just saw won't the best. Not the best facial genetics on you either, beloved. So I would chill out with that. All right. What other kind of callers do we have? Real callers. With real questions, real problems. What's going on, Ronnie?
Hello, how are you? Thanks for adding me on here.
Absolutely, bro. What can I do for you?
Let's see where I should start. So I just have a quick question. I feel like I definitely have a anxious attachment when it comes to my relationship.
Okay.
And I found myself in a situation with my current girlfriend who, with the time we've been together around 2-3 years, she hasn't really had any friends. She's sort of been with me 24/7. So it sort of feeded that. It felt good to me.
Right.
It felt amazing.
Right.
I feel like I have, it sounds bad, but with anxious attachment, I feel like, as you would know, like, I feel like some of the actions I do are not my intention to be controlling, but it ends up coming across that way to the other person.
Right.
Does that make sense? But recently she got a new job and she finally found a friend from her job. And things are escalating quickly where all of a sudden when she was with me all the time, 24/7, she started seeing this friend quite a lot,
Okay.
doing little girly sleepovers, and I would drop her off at the girl's house. I'd see them go in, etc. She would send me photos. But then that big change for me sort of sent me down a little spiral in terms of when she's there, I'm messaging her like, you okay? What are you doing? Have you eaten? What's going on? Sort of things like that. And I could see how at first she was okay with it. She was responding. But as the days went on, or when she would go, she was definitely getting more, I don't know what's the correct word, probably more just emotionally sort of exhausted, sort of about the reassurance that I need. So then she would sort of pull away more, which just for me would just make me just push more, if you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
To the point where it's a point where she just starts sort of going off at me, leave me alone, give me my space. We're individual persons. I finally got one friend. I want my freedom, etc. So stuff like this. And I'm sort of in a predicament where things aren't going well at the moment.
Okay. How long y'all been together?
Around 2-3 years.
Okay. How'd y'all meet?
We met online.
Okay.
I'm from England. She's from Colombia.
Gotcha. How old are you two?
Yeah. I'm 23. She's 22.
Okay. Young love. All right.
Yeah, and we live together in England currently.
Yeah, when you were talking about sleepovers, I was assuming we weren't talking to like a woman in her 30s. Okay.
No, maybe that would be wrong. Yeah, she's only 20. Yeah, I mean, still me. I still think is wrong, but maybe I'm wrong for thinking that. Maybe that's just me being a bit. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. How frequently is she hanging out with this friend that she has?
So it started about 2 weeks ago. It was like one night, and then come back with me 2 nights, and she had another night. Then she stayed there 2 nights. Then it went to like 3 nights, and then 3 nights with me. It went quite fast. And when I say she's never had a friend before, I mean she's never had a friend before. So maybe that adds to it. I'm not sure.
Wait, so they're just. So how long has it been? You said 3 weeks?
Since she started, yeah.
And since
every
then.
time I've taken her to the friend. Yeah, I've taken her to the friend. It's a friend at her work. A girl who's married.
She's married.
Yes.
So there's a husband there.
Not all the time. Apparently.
But sometimes your girl stays over there when the husband is there.
Yes.
Okay, now we're getting weird. We're getting weird now, Ronnie. That's a weird situation.
But am I wrong to be deeping into them? I could think like that, but isn't that a bit unlogical to sort of think something weird's going on in that way. I'm not sure.
Is what illogical?
Like, you say it's weird. Like, which way are we going with that? Are we going in the sense that something's going on with the three of them, or?
No, I won't jump to that conclusion. This is a weird situation though. I will say that. Like, you're dropping this woman off to her friend's house to stay the night for multiple days. Like, this is your child. Like, that by itself was weird, even without the male element coming into the fold. But her
What
having
else could I add to it? The lady lives right next to where she works. So where my girlfriend works is about a 2-minute walk to where her friend works. She starts work at about 5 a.m. Till 12, and then she works a night shift, which is 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. So sometimes she would say it's a bit easier just to walk 2 minutes instead of where we live currently, maybe about a 30-minute drive. Them sort of things.
and you and her live together.
We are living together, yes. And also, this girl she's met at her work, my wife is from Colombia, this girl is from Argentina. So they have this... So this is her first friend in England. She hasn't got any English friends. So she said, like, well, from what I can see, there's like a cultural sort of connection there, I guess. She's found someone who actually speaks her language from Latin America, and she's latched onto that quite quickly. I guess if you look at it in a way of, like, moving to a different country and not having anyone who speaks your language or your culture and things like that. That makes sense?
Right. I mean, to be honest with you, bro, if this was just a female friend that she had, it still would strike me as a little bit weird, her trying to spend so much time over there. Like, not seeing your friend, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get that. But, like, trying to sleep over, especially multiple days, like, I know women who have, like, little sleepovers, you know, with stuff like that, but it's not this frequent. So that's already striking me as weird, regardless of the cultural connection. But the place where I will put your foot down is around, like, this woman being married. That's just an unwise situation. That isn't good
Right.
for this woman to be married and her husband to be there, and then there's another woman who's just coming over, sleeping over all the time. That's not. Mm-mm. Have you met this woman?
Yeah.
Have you met her husband?
No.
Okay.
Only I've seen his Instagram, for example.
Oh, you did some research.
He's a lot old. Pardon?
You did some research.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah, so she's a lot older. So my girlfriend's 22. The friend is 30. The girl is 30, and her husband is 50.
No, you gotta put your foot down here. You gotta put your foot down here. I'll tell you what it feels like. It feels like they're looking for a third and they're easing themselves into it. I'm telling you right now, it feels, I'm not saying this for 100% certainty. I can't give you 100% certainty. But it feels like they're looking for a third and they're trying to ease your girl into it. There ain't no way a 50-year-old man should feel comfortable with, like, just a 22-year-old just hanging around.
Well, apparently he's not there. He's been staying with his mom sometimes, so it's just them two. Like, he goes away for work and stuff like that.
So she's never like staying over when he's there.
From what I know, no.
Okay, well that's
From what I've been told, no. Now I could jump to like start thinking that maybe that's a lie, but obviously I don't have any evidence, so I can't just say that's a lie.
right. It's still weird, brother. It's still weird. I like if she wants to have
She
a
says
friend.
to me,
Let me be clear. Her going over there is not weird. Her having this friend is not weird, right? The weird thing
I
is
said that to her.
is the
Like,
sleeping
I
over.
get told. I get told, like, I want my space, my freedom. Been with you 24/7, which is true. I've got my first friend. And I said to her, sometimes I was like, no, don't, how about you just stay here with me tonight? I'm not asking you. She says, like, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I'm a free person. That sort of attitude is
Has she ever talked like that
And then
before? How long have you been together?
2 years.
2 years.
I think
Has
there's
she?
possibly also that there's some underlying stuff that maybe she wants to get away from as well, possibly. Maybe there's some problems that, you understand? Maybe there's some deeper problems and she wants space. Who knows?
Right. Has she talked to you like that before?
Yeah.
About what?
Because I can come across, regardless if she's gone to her friends or if she's with me 24/7 or she goes to work. I'm very intense. I think, like the anxious attachment side, I'm very intense on the phone. Like calling, texting is it's a lot. I say that it's a lot.
A lot meaning what? Let's ground that. What does a lot mean?
A lot is a lot of calls. If you don't answer, what you doing? What's going on? Where are you? Things like that.
Okay. You were doing that even when she didn't have any friends?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though she spent all her time with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we got to work on that too.
Yeah.
We definitely got to work
So
on
I
that.
feel like, and the thing she said to me, maybe understand this. She said, when I go to my friend's house and I come back to you, I feel like I've had the space to miss you, and it feels like I feel better and good with you. I don't know how to put that into words. Does that make sense?
Right. Do you have your own life? Like, what? How do you feel your life outside of connecting with her?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't.
Okay. Well, that's a problem.
Apart from go to work, no, I don't. So I felt like by her going to a friend's house, I felt like the anxious side of it was being like abandoned, or I feel like she was going away further from me or pushing me away, and I feel like I needed to act on that. And my way of acting on that was complaining, pretty much complaining. I was complaining. No, why are you not staying with me? Why are you not spending time with me? And then she would message me like, oh, me and my friend are going for a picnic in the park. And I would just complain, well, why are we not doing that? Can we do that? Stuff like that.
Yeah, here's the thing. On the masculine end, anxious attachment is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
So you fear the person leaving, and then the way that you orient yourself to the relationship pretty much increases the odds of that occurring. So you got to handle that. The best way to handle that in the short term is to start cultivating your own life independent of the woman that you're with.
Right.
So having your own things going on, having your friends you hang out with, having things that you do, your own hobbies and interests, pour into your cup, do things that are meaningful to you so that you add more meaning to your life, so that you're less dependent upon the validation of your woman. That's part of what's happening here. You're getting validated through her, and if she is not offering that validation, you feel like you are being deprived of something. You must end that loop. Build in some redundancies in your life so that you are validated through other activities. Right? So that's going to be something you should do regardless of this connection. As far as this connection is concerned.
Yeah, how do you feel about it now since I've explained a bit more?
Oh, I still don't like it. Now you can make the argument that she's trying to get away from you. So
Yeah, I could see that.
let's assume good faith. You take this time, considering that you said that the man is not there. Let's assume that's true. We don't know, but let's assume that's true. Start building out your own life. So sometimes when she is available, you have things going on. Okay.
Right.
So you just start building your own life, doing your own thing. Cut out the whole check-ins and trying to ask where she's at. You're not checking on her safety. You're just trying to check to see if she's still engaging in the connection. So you got to cut that out. You do those two things.
I realized as well. I'm sorry to interrupt. I realized as well, just a little insight into some of my messages, and it sounds really bad, and I'm sure you've heard worse. But for example, she'll be there. She'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go eat at this one place," and then I will go and like look up the place. And then I'm just like, "Are you sure it closes at this time?" Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? That sounds really bad. It sounds entirely really controlling.
You can't open loops. It makes the anxious attachment worse. What I mean by that is you can't lean in and investigate. It makes it worse.
Yeah.
You don't get any answers. You just get more questions, which has probably been your experience. Anytime you try to research anything she's saying, you don't really feel the peace that you think you're going to get from the situation. Actually, more questions are created through that process.
Definitely.
So you have to stop feeding the anxious attachment, which in part is you stop doing what it is telling you to do. I always liken it to possession. It's like you have a demon on your shoulder, like whispering things to you to say or do. So you have to just stop that. The quick Band-Aid solution to that is to not do anything when you feel that anxiety. So if you feel that anxiety, don't do anything, because the thing that anxiety is going to tell you to do is going to open the loop, and once that loop is opened, your anxiety is going to increase, and then the urgency of you getting clarity is going to increase, and then you're just going to add more insult to injury. So just don't open loop in the first place. Like some people, they feel anxiety and they want to go check the followers that their partner has. They're opening a loop now.
Yeah, I've done that.
Right? They're opening a loop.
Yeah.
So now you're seeing faces you haven't seen before. Now who is this person? Now more questions are entering the chat, and it just increases the anxiety. You have to fight the tendency to open loops. And part of the part of the reason why loops are being opened in the first place is because you don't have anything else going on. Idle time is the worst. It is an enemy to the anxiously attached. You gotta have other things going on.
There's so many things I could be doing as well. But in the moment, you don't think about that, I guess.
Right. You gotta have other things you're doing. So first phase is for you to start building out your life and filling it with more people, more friends, more activities, more hobbies, again, that are meaningful to you. That's going to build in that redundancy that I spoke about earlier. That's going to cause you to be less focused and fixated on whatever she's doing because you have other things you're focused on. If her going over this woman's house is serving the function of creating space between the two of you, having your own life reduces the need for her to do that in the first place.
Yeah. And one thing I'll say to that, just quickly, is when she would come home, so in her mind it's like, okay, I've taken my space. When I come home, I'm going to enjoy my time with him. But because I'm so anxious when she's not here, when she comes home, it's not how she thinks. It's not me. We're not enjoying the time. It's more just me with 10,000 questions to her.
Again, pretty much I get you, brother. But everything I just told you solves all those problems. There's no need for you to even elaborate on more of the situation.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I understand.
It's a system, right? And it's like the first domino is pushed over, and that creates a cascading effect of all these other problems you're talking about. What I'm telling you to do is stop pushing that first fucking domino.
Yeah.
If that first domino isn't pushed, all these other problems vanish.
Yeah.
Now, if they don't, if you have your own thing going on, and then she still feels a need to see her friend this frequently and then stay over her house, okay, well then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Maybe this connection isn't the right one for you.
Right.
But at least let's execute on this plan first and see what happens, okay?
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, brother. Best luck to you, all right?
Take care, bye.
Peace. That was a good call. People, if you are also anxiously attached and you want clarity on your situation and a step-by-step roadmap that will tell you exactly what to do next in your situation, not just for anxious people, also for avoidant people, also for secure people, also for anyone who is having any kind of issues in their love life, you should book your 1-hour coaching call. You'll get that clarity and that step-by-step roadmap that I spoke of. You can do so by looking at this icon right here. There's a button that looks like it at the bottom of the screen. Hit that, shoot me a message, and I will tell you how to book your call. People on IG, YouTube, Facebook, just DM me the word coach, and I'll tell you how to do the same. Okay, do we have any more callers? Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Chilling, bro. What's up with you?
I'm doing good. I probably got to reintroduce myself again, but this is probably like the third time I've been up here now.
Mm-hmm.
My name's Aiden. I was here, I think the first time was like 8 months ago. And, through the first and second meeting that I had, probably the second month was like 4 months ago. But me and my girlfriend, we've been together for about 10 months now. We just moved into our apartment. And I'm not gonna lie, you definitely help. I definitely use some of your advice that you helped through the meetings that me and you had on the live.
Mm-hmm.
I applied some of them towards myself in the relationship. I was able to express to her how I felt on certain situations throughout our relationship, and there's still things that we do to this day, just to better communicate how we feel towards one another and our pain points. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we function great. I am a stepfather, so that was something that we talked about in the last couple meetings, but
right.
I just want to hop on and say thank you.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you sharing the update and that everything's working out for you. That's great to hear.
Of course.
And that's all
Yeah,
you, man.
yeah.
It's like I contribute, I give y'all clarity, but it's still up to y'all to implement what I said. It takes a lot of humility and courage to do it. So this is your doing, all right?
Yeah, 100%. You know, like I'm not gonna lie. There's certain things that you would tell me, and me personally, I was like, you know, I like what he said there, but maybe there I might not take that. Everyone creates their own relationship. You know what I mean?
Right.
Me and her have this one thing in our relationship to where anything drama wise between me and her, we stay between me and her.
Okay.
Just because advice from other people also plays a role because it manipulates how you feel, you know, truly in that moment. You know, you don't ever get to figure it out on your own. You just live your relationship based off taking advice from this person and that person and that person, and you never get to truly live your live your relationship.
That's facts. That's facts. So like, yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta trust your own instincts, but then also know when to seek wise counsel, and then more importantly, who to seek it from. Because a lot of people, to your point, will lead you astray. But
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad to hear things are going well for you, brother. All right.
Yeah, brother, I appreciate you. Keep doing your thing. Love what you're doing, and yeah, have a wonderful day.
You do the same, Chief. Take care.
Take care.
All right. I always like to hear updates from previous callers. Let me see. What else do we have? Who else do we have? Hello. Hello. All right. I got you. I got you. Again, people, if you have a question pertaining to dating or relationships, you can request up by hitting the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. I will bring you up and solve your issue. Okay, you can also drop your question in the chat. I will answer it there. Unless I have an active caller. Okay, I need to check the other chat as well. This is a lot to manage. Going live on all these platforms simultaneously. If you're live on YouTube or Facebook, you can also drop your question in the chat. I can see it from where I'm sitting, so just be advised. Be advised. We're trying to build the same thing we built on TikTok and other platforms. So you people on these other platforms, we got like over 200 people in the chat right now. So we got to build up IG, build up Facebook, build up YouTube. It'll come in due time. It's got to keep planting seeds, consistency. Where do I find a good man? I say this all the time. There's no such thing as like a good man convention. You just kind of have to recognize it where you see it. You can find good men in a multitude of different environments, but can you discern one? Can a relationship survive without intercourse? Yeah, if you're like 80. If you're like 80, absolutely. We got 2 more spots for Dallas. Yes, what Danny said. Remember, we're going to Dallas August 14th through the 17th. I think. Did I get the dates wrong? It is 14th through the 17th, right? Yeah. So we got a big Airbnb. Me and the mods. You know, we want to get together, actually meet in person, have a good time. We're going to have a meet and greet there and everything like that. But within the Airbnb, we have a couple of slots that we're opening up. So we have 2 slots available. And we're doing a raffle for people who want to join us. You will have to pay $300 for your portion. I personally put up a stack, put $1,000 on the crib just to make it cheaper for everybody else. But $300 is your portion that you will have to pay. But if you want to kick it with us, you need to be following Danny, the mod, and message Danny. Danny, please leave another comment in the chat so people know who you are. You need to be following Danny and message Danny. He will send you a form to fill out. You must fill out the form. A lot of people are not filling out the form. You got to fill out the form. We got to do a little vibe check. Make sure you're not going to be a big weirdo in the crib. you know, not a matchmaker. You come to the Airbnb, say I'm looking for a man. You getting DJ Jazzy Jeff out the house. I'm Uncle Phil. You getting DJ Jazzy Jeff out the house. Fresh Prince. You will gain your wings, in other words. So form is very important. It's a vibe check. Fill out the form. We'll do a raffle. We were supposed to have did it last Friday. Do you do private sessions? Yes. This icon right here, hit that button that looks like it below. Shoot me a message, and I'll tell you how you can book your 1 hour coaching call. Yeah, we got to do a vibe check, make sure everybody's cool. We're going to have 14 people total in the Airbnb. A lot, I know. It sleeps 23. I'm not doing 23. 14 people. That's where I'm capped. Even that is kind of pushing it. Okay. So if you want to do that, reach out to Danny. Also, people who have purchased the 1 hour coaching call get 3 additional entries into the raffle. People who have purchased the 1 hour coaching call and the implementation package get another additional 3 entries. Danny's going to come up and share a bit more details, I figure.
Hey, no, I'm in the office, so I just figured I'd put myself up here mute
Okay.
so people can find me quickly.
Gotcha.
It's easier than trying to stay in the chat that's moving.
Yep, that's Danny right there.
What do you think?
He's in the profile pic with no draws and a graphic tee. So if y'all want to be included in the raffle, must be following with Danny. Message Danny. You'll receive a form. Fill it out. You'll enter the raffle. I don't know when we're going to select people. I think we pushed it back a couple of days, maybe Wednesday. We'll do the final selections. But again, the dates are August 14th through the 17th. So I would love to see you. We also have people flying in and getting a hotel because we're also doing like a meet and greet. So if you, for whatever reason, aren't chosen or simply don't want to stay in the Airbnb, that's totally fine. Some people are like, I don't want to sleep with that many people. Understandable. You can also like get a hotel or Airbnb your own, and we can also connect that way. What all will y'all be doing during that time? Just hanging out, you know, enjoying the city, enjoying conversation, enjoying the food and the atmosphere. We're going to do a meet and greet somewhere. I don't know where yet. On maybe a Saturday or a Sunday to meet the people who kind of like are flying in and not staying in the Airbnb. So it should be a good time. We'll probably do this annually, probably once or twice a year. Me and Danny are already talking about potentially hitting Toronto next. We gotta take it worldwide. You feel me? Gotta take it worldwide. Anyway, what other questions do we have? His words aren't matching his actions and I don't know how to solve it. Well, that's your problem, is you're trying to solve it. It is not yours to solve. The only question you should be asking yourself is whether or not this person's behavior, how they're showing up in the connection, is in alignment with what you want. The answer to that question is no, and you've communicated that and you've given grace and they still aren't putting forth effort, then you either need to A, accept that they're not going to do what you're asking, or B, leave the connection. They have a good breakfast spot in Dallas called Breadwinners. Check it out. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Give us all the Dallas suggestions for sure. I'll have to come to the Toronto one. Hell yeah. Me and Danny, we got wanderlust, man. I've traveled more this year than I've traveled in my entire life. I've been up and at 'em. I think I got a spot to hit for the rest of the year once per month. So, what part of Dallas are you all going to be? I don't know yet. Danny, do you know the answer to that question? He's done this before and it suddenly stopped and I don't understand why. Mozzie's in Dallas is good. Okay, we gotta hit that up too then. Kitchen and cocktail. Hey. Travel while you're healthy to do so. 100%. That's the goal. That's the goal. Gotta get gone, baby. Gotta get going. All right, people, what other kind of questions do we have? I got hella calls coming up. Danito. These bookings have been out of control as of late. I've really dialed in the business and It is showing for sure. It is definitely showing. Who all gonna be there? Right. Important questions to ask. Very important questions to ask. Let me check real quick. Advice to respectfully let him know what he did was not cool and let him go. You could just tell him. Now, what are you held up on? The communication part or the let him go part? Like specifically, what are you struggling with, Denise? Definitely travel the world and enjoy yourself. Right. That's the goal. That is the goal. Gotta get going. He showed up with a FaceTime in bed without a shirt off. You mean with a shirt off? I'm confused at how you phrase that. He showed up with a FaceTime in bed without a shirt off. Yeah, proofread that. You mean his shirt was off on FaceTime? Who was he talking to on FaceTime? With his shirt off. All the relevant details. Because, like, if it was his mother, then, you know, what are we tripping on? But what is the situation? Okay, Denise, you're confusing me, love. I don't really know if I can answer that question for you. What do you mean, me? Like you? Why is it a problem? All right. Said maybe it was hot. Possibly. We got another caller. I don't know about this one. Hold on. I see a yellow tint. Nah, not doing that. This is not matchmaking, people. Don't come out here with no matchmaking nonsense. Also, don't come out here with no long distance nonsense. I'm tired of it. If your lover in a different country, best of luck. Best of luck. You decide to date someone on a completely different continent, you're having problems. No shit, you're having problems. They're on a different continent. No shit. Obviously, you're gonna have problems. My ex is watching my stories and even reacted to one. Okay, what is your question? Y'all can't throw question marks at the end of statements. You gotta like formulate that as a question. I don't know what you're asking me for. Go to 90 Day Fiance if that's the case. Let us see. Right. Well, I need more context, Sophie. So what was the story of and what was his reaction to it? I don't know why y'all don't block S's. I'll block an S. Indefinitely, to be honest with you. Like, we don't have to ever talk again. My dolls, and he hearted it and he viewed one of just me. Okay, Sophie, I think you're reading into things. He hearted a picture of your dogs. So maybe he likes dogs, I would say. Omni, what's happening? The comment might be in the above comments. First time FaceTiming. He showed up in bed with his shirt off and one hand was never present. I mean, it takes one hand to hold the phone, Denise. What was the time that you FaceTimed him? Was it like late at night? Because that would, I mean, him having a shirt off isn't that big a deal. I think you're reading into things, Denise. Like if you saw the camera shaking constantly and his eyes roll in the back of his head, right? Okay, I get it. But this isn't a job interview. Like he doesn't have to wear a shirt and tie to talk to you on FaceTime for your first conversation. It was 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Nah, like either you're okay with that or you're not. Like if you communicate to him, hey, I wasn't comfortable with you having your shirt off. This is probably not the guy for you. Maybe you're a bit more conservative. And you should find like a guy who also is kind of conservative. But if you're telling me like what I wore or didn't wear in our FaceTime conversation was inappropriate, then I'm probably never talking to you again. Doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means that worst case, this is the wrong fit for you. What's up, Uni? Okay, right. You didn't block him because you wanted him to have access, and he is. What's the problem? Woman lives in Timbuktu, and I live in. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Nah, he wasn't worried about the dolls. He wanted the cooch. Possibly. Will a relationship ever work where there has been consistent cheating on the man's end? No. Breathing heavy with a bottle of lotion on a nightstand? Correct. Can a relationship ever work? I already answered that one. How is that him contacting you? What? Why are you asking that question? Do you want this person back or something, Sophie? Because you're kind of reading into a very like harmless interaction. Like if an ex did that to me, I would just be like, oh, they like the picture of my dog. I wouldn't even read into it further. B. Jill said you want him back. She said she wanted to sort things. Well, this isn't evidence that he has any interest. Watching your story can be a very harmless thing. If I thought women who watch my story wanted me back, every woman I've ever dated would want me back. Who I follow on social media. I simply don't read into things like that. So, yeah, what yours truly just said. If you are free to message him if you'd like, start a conversation. Watching a story can just be nosy. Yeah, I mean, you see people go through stories sometimes in real life. They're just clicking through them. And then the someone on the other end is like, oh, he or she still wants me. It's like, no, they just watched every story that was populated on their screen a lot of times. But I know I shouldn't because he's the one who left. Yeah. You probably should leave that alone, Sophie. All the more reason to probably block him. All my exes watch my stories, not a big deal. Right. 100%. We like cling on to hope and then we create a narrative due to that hope that we can't let go of. I like almost everything on my feed. You ain't been liking my stuff, Sydney. What's going on? You got something to tell me? He drove past me at McDonald's. It's a sign, right? Right. Yeah, try not to read into too much stuff, people. It's best to move on with your life. It didn't work for a reason. That's not to say you can never reconcile and get back with someone. It's just most of the time that's the wrong move. For sure. We got a caller? That same chick. No. Scram. I'm not bringing you up. You have a yellow hue. Some of these Africans, they have that yellow tint to their pictures. I'm never letting you up. I know how this story ends. I'm not doing it. Okay, you request again, so now you gotta get blocked. I'm sorry. Would you date someone who's attractive, smart, and you connect with but have really bad teeth? Depends on how bad. Depends on how bad. I'm big on teeth. I'm big on teeth. I'm big on teeth. I'm big on teeth. You gotta. But beggars can't be choosers. If he is like checking most of those boxes, you might gotta do it. Because it's a solvable problem. But it also depends on how bad we're talking. It depends on how bad we're talking, man. Coach, are you married? No, I'm not married. Depends on how bad we're talking. Like, because there's a lot of directions you can go in when you say somebody has bad teeth. They could have like that little, all that plaque in the middle of it. Can't do that shit. Ship them or timbers. I can't do that shit. No. Nope. Can't do it. If there's a little crookedness, to a point, I could do that to a point. Have y'all seen those people who have like, it's like an extra layer of gums? It's like, why is your gum so long? It's like, long ass gums. And you got teeth at the bottom, and they smile, and it's like this much gum in their smile. Wonderful people, in my experience. Yeah, they gummy. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. I can't not see it. And I'm funny. So I'm gonna make it like, the experience of being around me is laughing a lot. So now I gotta see that shit. So now I'm being incentivized to not be funny, to suppress my personality because I don't want to see the gums. You feel me? That ain't making for no good connection. That doesn't make for a good connection. I think of a joke, want to say it, and I'm like, nah, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. Let's talk about stocks and bonds or some shit. Because I don't want to see, don't smile around me. But that can be fixed. The gums? I don't know if the gums can be fixed. The teeth can be fixed. The gums are the soil. They can be corrected. How do they correct that? Now I'm curious. What was it called? A gum reduction? Okay, cool. I'm glad. There's hope. So yeah, correct it, and then we can talk. Then we can talk. Gaps are fine. I don't really, depend on how big the gap is. Depending how big the gap is. Right? If your gap is like one where you don't need to floss, you can just grab it. Something's in my teeth. Got it. If that's you, a little too big of a gap. A little too big of a gap. Can't do that. Can't do that one. If the gap is wide enough to where it's like you still require floss, yes, we can do it. We can do it. I stand by all of these statements. If you look at my dating history, no one I've dated has had these problems. I'm gapped up, not gonna lie. I don't think so, Shivs. Usually a good job, good benefits equals good teeth if they care. That is a good, I like how you put that together. I like how you put that together. All those things do go together, kind of. I can't do, but gaps are the things I can most tolerate. It's like a lot of crookedness or Just dirty teeth. Just dirty teeth. Is the gap in the room with us? Yeah, I've never seen shit. I don't know if I've seen your teeth, but I don't remember seeing the gap. I never wore my retainer. Well, let's fix that. A gap is fine, but messed up grill is a whole nother level. Right. Right. Missing side tooth. Can I do it? The world wants to know. Can I do a missing side tooth? I don't know. I don't know. Now, I could if you filled that bitch in. But he said missing side tooth be the worst surprise. I could. You got to fill it in, though. You got to fill it in. You got to do something. Like, I just don't ever want to see you not with the thing that you fill it in with. That's tolerable because I messaged you to get some advice on my situation. Well, yeah, it was a wrong move, love, because Bailey, if you message me, I'm going to link you to a 1-hour coaching call to purchase. Only time I ever offer free advice is on these lives. Do not DM me your question. Respectfully, because I would have to talk to people all day, every day in the DMs. People DM me all the time. I'm on multiple platforms. I go viral on multiple platforms. People DM me all day. I will ignore it. But if you want your coaching call, yeah, I can do that. Thing I'm missing a side tooth from childhood, just one. You just gotta fill that thing in. Get some toilet paper if funds ain't there, or get like the actual like shit that they put in there, even if it's temporary. Just get something white. Get a little baby shoe. Put that bitch. Depending how big your teeth are. Get a little baby shoe. Put that big. Put some Air Force One. A baby size Air Force One. Put it right there. Just so I don't see it. Just go to the NICU. Get a little baby Air Force One. Put it in there. And then we're all good. That's how you handle the side tooth problem. Temporarily, until funds will permit you to fix it permanently. I gotta create a cute insert or something. Right. That's unfortunate because a lot of people have like that side tooth missing and they didn't do anything to deserve it, right? Like I know women in like childbirth, sometimes it happens. Not my wife though. Not my soon to be queen. I will become a dentist before I allow that to happen. Our marriage depends on it. All right. Any last minute questions? How old am I? I'm 35. I'll be 36 next month. Any last minute questions? We're going to have to end a little early today because I have calls coming up. Accidents happen though. Right. Like I'm forgiving of the person. I get it. I don't look at that as like, oh, you fucking didn't take care of your teeth. No, that's not it. It's just about the aesthetic. That's all. Okay. Yeah, Shield didn't mean to come up. No more questions? Because if no more questions, we'll go ahead and hop out. Didn't mean to come up, Shield. I thought you wanted to show that gap off. That's what I thought you were requesting. All right, people. If you're new here, make sure to follow. I go live twice a day. I'll be live again tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So go ahead and do that. Anxious attachers. I have a video on my bio that will help you. It is my top 4 tips for people who are anxiously attached. So go give that a watch. It absolutely will help you. Guys, I also have a video that I just dropped on YouTube about flirtation. That's performing decently well on YouTube. It's probably one of my best performing videos. So link in bio for the YouTube. The YouTube is at The Signal Dating, so go ahead and check that out. Again, I will see you tonight. Again, if you want coaching, DM me. We'll talk about it. Appreciate the mods. Appreciate the chat. I will see you all later. Y'all take care.